Hey, this is Brent Dunn from PPCMode, and in today's video I wanted to do more of a talking head video because I think in the affiliate marketing space and just business in general, the strategies and the guides and stuff like I usually do videos on are helpful, but when it comes down to the day-to-day, the majority of it is your mindset and understanding certain things that may not be in a guide format. So if you like this type of video, please let me know in the comments down below, because these types of videos are extremely easy for me to make. And if it's helpful to you guys, then I could do these quite a bit, because these types of thoughts, when I'm talking to business partners and other people that I'm working with, there's a lot of different things that pop up that, we have discussions with together, and then I start to process that later on throughout the day and start to come to some different realizations that, to some people it may sound like common sense initially, but if you really think about it, you'll start to understand. So one of those things I want to mention is basically having the goal of, when you first start a campaign or a new venture, a lot of people get hung up on the X amount of dollar per day goal. Now, when you do that, you set yourself up for failure in the beginning, because when you look at things from a day-to-day perspective, it's very easy to get depressed, extremely depressed on days that aren't going well. You get frustrated, you start to make mistakes, and that's just part of the business. Some days are going to be bad. But when you're looking at things at a money-motivated goal, it's very easy to start to make mistakes on those days. On the flip side, when things are going well, it's very easy to get very excited and end up scaling your campaigns that may not actually be really working. They may be working that day, but as soon as you start to scale, you'll start to see that they may not actually be as converting as well as you think they were, and now you're burning money because you scaled too quickly. So that kind of translates into something that I've switched my mindset with recently, which is, instead of focusing on a monetary goal, what I've begun to do with a lot of my niches, and I'm really trying to get that mindset with what I'm doing here at PPCMode as well, where my only goal for each day may sound funny to you, but it's really to get someone to email me or comment. Just, one is the minimum, but obviously I'd like to get as many as possible, where someone just says, thanks, that was helpful, great video, great email, great blog post, whatever it is. And by focusing on actually helping people, I've noticed that my mood has improved. Now, obviously, if I don't get an email like that or some type of recognition, it's not the end of the world. But as long as I am focusing on truly helping people, then I've noticed that the monetary side of things also improves as well. So one example of that is this week I've actually spent a lot of time answering people's emails, answering their questions, even spending some time with a few individuals on the phone, helping them get over certain roadblocks that are, causing them issues in their business. And ironically, by doing that, now when I mention this, I want you to understand, I'm not saying this because I expect you guys to give me anything in return. I'm mentioning this because it shows the power of truly actually helping people with whatever you're doing online. I've spent a lot of time, like I mentioned this week, really focusing on helping people, and without this isn't just one person, it was multiple people that after helping them, they either tried to send me money on PayPal, they would buy a course of mine, or try and share my blog posts or do something. I've even had people send me Amazon gift cards, and what it equaled out to was I was actually truly helping someone, and they in exchange wanted to provide me value in return, because it was a value first type of situation. It was a value first exchange. With a lot of affiliate marketers, it's really the mindset of just pushing the product, pushing the product, pushing the product. And yeah, obviously there's people that make that successful, but long term, if you're truly helping people, then your business will grow. And one video that I seen that kind of sparked that whole thought process was one of the most successful independent rappers made a video on how he did it. And the number one thing he did was he really focused on one-to-one relationships and really trying to help people, not necessarily with their problems or anything like that, but he was really building up a one-to-one relationship. And what he got in exchange was a lot of opportunities that he wouldn't have had otherwise if he had just focused on, pushing the sale. One of the examples was one of his followers owned a huge Lamborghini shop or something like that, and allowed him to film a video with, I think it was like 20 or 30 different Lamborghinis. Another guy had a huge mansion that allowed him to use it for a concert. He had a ton of different examples of how just doing that one-to-one relationship really brought forth opportunities that he wouldn't have otherwise had. Now, after seeing that, I started to think back on different opportunities that I've had and how they came about, and almost all of them that turned out to be extremely valuable to me was when I wasn't even focused on myself. I was really focused on trying to help someone else. I've successfully coached a few people. Some of them, I went beyond, like above and beyond in helping them get things started. And a few of them have made extremely successful businesses. One of them sold a company recently for almost $200 million. So by helping people, what I got in exchange was, first of all, seeing them succeed, but also when they needed a marketing manager or someone to basically do the strategy for their company, the very first person that they called was me. And it was an extremely great opportunity to be able to work on that project, because it's something that I otherwise probably would have never been able to do. I mean, if I really focused and tried to spend all of my energy on really just getting a job doing that, I probably could have pulled it off. But having it basically handed to me at the time was extremely valuable to me. Now, the other thing I want to mention, I know the video is kind of all over the place right now, but I'm trying to keep them somewhat connected, is online, it's very easy to look at things from two different mindsets. One of them is realizing that there's a person on the other side of the line that has problems, they have ambitions, goals, all that stuff. And then there's the other mindset where they're just a number. Now, one great example of that happened to me this week, even though I've really been trying to focus on helping people, one thing that I did this week was, for my email provider, I seen that a certain segment of people weren't actually opening my emails or clicking on them. And so what I did was I sent out an email saying, hey, I see that you haven't been opening my emails. I'm going to unsubscribe you from this list. No worries. Thinking in my mind that I'm helping people. I got a few replies that kind of humbled me. One of them was, hey, it's the holidays. I'm extremely busy. I've been favoriting your emails. I want to go back and read them when I have time, but I'm extremely busy right now. And so understanding that there's a person on the other side, and that there's a possibility that, the time might not be right. They're still interested in something, but they're busy and stuff like that. It may seem trivial, but understanding that, like if I really would have thought of the time of year that it is right now, and the reason why people weren't opening emails as much as they have in the past, I probably could have come to the conclusion that they're busy, they're traveling, stuff like that. But because it was just a number that I seen on a screen, that it was, this metric is, down, do something about it, without thinking further past that, it made me make not really a dumb mistake, but at the same time it was a dumb mistake, because now some people that are reading that email that I sent out, they're probably like, what the heck? I'm busy right now, and now this guy is just kind of automating things. So I know this may sound trivial, but it's all connected to just really understanding that anything you do online, if you really focus on them as a person, then you'll have a lot more success. Now, another thing that I was talking about with my business partner was where the internet is headed and how, as a society, how things are changing for us. And I'm probably going to do an entire video on this or webinar or something like that, because it goes much more in depth to really fully grasp where we're headed if we're on our current trajectory, where things are going to end up. But the main thing is throughout our lives, we are being less connected from face-to-face interactions. So for example, you could get food delivered to your door. You don't even have to go outside to, order that food. You can get pretty much anything delivered, right to your house, at least here in the United States. So you don't have to go outside and you can get everything delivered. So what that is causing is a vacuum of people really wanting to have personal interactions, to really have that human element back into their lives. And how they're going to be able to get that is through the internet. And if you're able to provide actually being a human and actually making them feel like a human, more importantly, then you're going to have success in the long term. So that kind of ties back into, first of all, understanding that there's a person on the other side of whatever action you're trying to make them take. If it's signing up to an email list, watch a video, read a blog post, or whatever, really understanding that and really focusing your energy on truly trying to help them, then the money will come. Now, I know that sounds like some hippie stuff, but it's true, because obviously there's affiliate offers out there that are never going to really help anyone, like sweepstakes offers and antivirus offers and all that stuff. And I'm not trying to be some guy that's putting himself on a pedestal, because I've ran those offers as well, but I haven't ran them in a while because I've really recently been trying to focus on building up my own stuff. And by building yourself up as a brand and really being personal with people and really focusing on helping them, you'll have a lot more opportunity to actually make money by recommending services and products that actually will better their lives but are still affiliate products. It's much more fulfilling also to be doing something like that than to be pushing an iPhone sweepstakes offer or an antivirus offer or something like that. So I know, once again, this video is a bit all over the place. Hopefully I made my point clear, because I'm not doing any editing on this. It's not a script that I have or anything. It's just I'm talking off the top of my head here, just like I would be talking to a friend. So once again, if you enjoyed this video and got any value out of it and want me to do more of these on various different topics throughout, affiliate marketing, business, and all sorts of stuff, just the day-to-day, struggles and things that I'm learning, I'd like to share with you guys if you're finding value in that. So please leave a comment down below if you liked it, or if you had any questions or anything like that. Once again, please put a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video as well. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next time.